Hi everyone, Mac here from useflowly.com. So I'm going to go through a really quick video on dormant subscriber management. Okay, so what a dormant subscriber is, why you should manage them, and how you should manage them. So what is a dormant subscriber? A subscriber that signs up to your newsletter over a certain period of time and never buys from you, right? Really straightforward. So somebody who may sign up to your newsletter and they're on there, been on there for 180 days, and for some reason they've never purchased from you. Okay, so the reason that you might want to pay attention to these is you're ultimately paying for them. If you're using Klaviyo, for example, you're paying to send to that profile and they're not buying. So they're getting your emails. They may be opening them, may be opening them occasionally, they may not be opening them at all, but ultimately they're not buying. So you're paying to send messages to somebody who is not going to buy. So you decide on a time frame of when somebody's on your list and you say, well, after X period of time, if they've not bought from us, then we're no longer going to email them and pay to email them ultimately. So how do you do that? Really simple. You segment them based on two things, which I'm going to show you in a moment. So they have to have signed up to your newsletter more than X number of days ago, so 180 days, for example, and they had to have never have purchased from you. Really simple. So let me show you. You create a segment on your, so we're looking at Klaviyo here. You add somebody that is in the newsletter and they were added more than a certain number of days ago. That's the trigger point, okay, to send them into a flow. You want to decide on how many days did you add them to your newsletter before you're going to cut them off, right? And make sure that they're placed in order 0 number of times. And then what happens is you will drop them into a flow. Really simple flow to build. You can put as many emails or as little emails as you decide that you want to do in there. You can put offers in. Really is dependent on you as a brand, on what you want to do and how you want to convert, and margins and all the millions of different things that you want to consider as a brand owner, right? However, as an example here for this fashion brand, we've done 2 emails. So as soon as they land in the segment, they get the email. 5 days later, they get another email. And even though this looks like there's an offer in there, there isn't, and I'll explain. And then what we do after a certain period of time is, have they made a purchase from there? If not, then we update their profile dormant as true. And what we do within the flow here is they will drop out of this flow if they make a purchase. If they don't, then they are dormant, and we know that they are dormant. Just jumping very quickly back onto segments, we then create a segment here and we mark that person is dormant is true, and we just, for the sake of managing numbers, we add that they can still receive marketing so that we know they're on our list, and we can then look there and go, okay, well, these X number of people are definitely dormant. We are happy now that after X period of time and further email sending to them to try and compel them to purchase, they haven't. Therefore, we're going to then get rid of them, and we'll suppress them once a month or once every 2 months or once every 3 months, whatever is the cadence for yourself. We typically do once a month. So jumping back into the flow, really simple. First email can be really friendly, like, hey, we see you back there not buying. Here's an offer. Or did you see these bestsellers? Or are you unsure on what to look for? Do you need some help? And then we can drive people in that way, and they can reply, help, purchase. Cool. And then the second one can be a huge offer. It could be a grand offer, like a last chance. Hey, here's 30% off this thing. What we've put in here, because it's a fashion brand, we put, isn't it time for a little treat? Focus on freshening the wardrobe, but with some new additions, and put some lower priced items within the email so that people can see them. And if price is an issue, that's dealt with within the email. There's plenty of social proof, and also all the value adds. So expedite shipping, free returns up to whatever, all these kind of things you want to put in. Then what we decide from that point is, we've given them, at this point, potentially, 30, 40 emails over that period of time, and they're not buying. And then we make that really tough decision as a brand. Well, do we still want to be marketing to them? Do we still want to be paying Klaviyo, which is always getting more expensive, to email these people? The short answer and the tough answer to accept is no, we don't want to be emailing these people anymore. We want to be getting them off the list, removing them, and deciding that we're not going to pay to market to these people anymore. there comes a point within your paid ads where you decide we're not going to market to these people anymore because we've put an advert in front of them 40 times and they've not purchased. You just decide at that point it's not going to happen. Very same thing for email within Klaviyo. So really, really straightforward. Segmentation, driving them into a flow. They go through the flow. If they don't purchase, we manually suppress them, and then once a month or whenever, we remove them from our list. I hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, please drop a little message below the video on YouTube, and I would love to get back to you and give you some thoughts on that. I hope you enjoy. Take care.